When PoE power classification override is enabled, the switch enforces the configured maximum power limit on the port. If a connected device exceeds this administrative power value, the switch shuts down the port and places it in an disabled state to protect the switch hardware and power budget. Therefore, this question chooses A. During frame flooding, a switch forwards frames out of every port in the same VLAN, except the port that received the frame. This happens when the destination MAC address is unknown, ensuring the frame reaches its intended host. Therefore, this question chooses C. Private IPv4 address ranges are reserved for internal network use. They are not globally unique, so multiple organizations can reuse the same private addresses within their own networks without causing conflicts, as these addresses are not routable on the public internet. Therefore, this question chooses A. Slack enables a device to automatically generate a global unicast IPv6 address using the network prefix from router advertisements and the interface's MAC address via the EUI64 process. This directly fulfills the requirement of deriving the address from the MAC address. Therefore, this question chooses C. Overlapping Wi-Fi cells must use non-overlapping channels to avoid interference, ensuring stable connectivity and optimal performance. A wireless LAN controller, WLC, dynamically assigns adjacent access points to different channels, maximizing throughput and minimizing co-channel interference across the network. Therefore, this question chooses CE. TCP uses flow control and congestion control, such as sliding windows, to regulate the sending rate and avoid overwhelming the receiver. UDP, being connectionless, sends packets continuously without any such control or checks, prioritizing speed over reliability. Therefore, this question chooses B. Optical fiber cables use a glass core surrounded by cladding to trap light signals. Light travels only through the core, reflecting off the cladding. Copper cables transmit electrical signals, so they lack this glass/cladding structure and light-based transmission method. Therefore, this question chooses B. D. CapWAP allows an access point in local mode to communicate with the WLC over any network switch, as long as there is IP connectivity to the controller. It does not require a direct connection or being on the same switch. Therefore, this question chooses D. The FF00//12 address block in IPv6 is reserved exclusively for multicast addresses. Packets addressed to any address within this range are forwarded using multicast rules rather than unicast routing, targeting a group of devices instead of a single host. Therefore, this question chooses D. TCP is a connection-oriented protocol that establishes a session and guarantees reliable delivery through acknowledgements and retransmissions. UDP, by contrast, is connectionless and does not provide delivery guarantees, prioritizing speed over reliability. Therefore, this question chooses D. If you need this certification question bank, leave a comment in the comment section with 1, 2, 3, and I'll give it to you for free. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell.